Welcome to the Ascend Tournament Series Paradise Cup 2, sponsored by Team Evo. I'm Sporty FC, one of the directors here at the Ascend Tournament Series, and I welcome you all to the stream. Man, we haven't had the Paradise Cup in a while here. The last time we did it, Paradise Cup 1, it was a 2v2 org owner showcase. This time it's bigger, it's better, and my goodness, it's gonna be great. As again, what a series we are going to have here. What a night of action. We're here for some, almost said wild card. That's not what we're doing. We are here for some qualifiers action. 32 teams have signed up to this tournament. After today, only 16 will remain. So, question is, who are going to be those 16 different people here? And it's going to be a really fun series, a really good time. And we're going to get things put out very soon here while we get things underway. Again, we're just trying to make sure that everybody's here is actually good to go as we can get things sorted out. Again, apologies on that. As again, our first series here will be 100x lads taking on Mystic Esports. So there we go. While we move in here again, the lads, definitely a recognizable team. This is the 100x team not found side. Again, a slightly different. Now in a slightly different roster, although ironically, it's actually the same roster for this tournament. They've only added a new rule. That's it. Even then, not too surprising. Rules been on that team not found team before. And we'll get things put up here in just a moment. Give me one moment here as we are actually having an issue with a separate team here. Able to see their lobby information, so there we go. There we go. That will make it easier. Things sorted out here as well. Again, we will have to wait on this, but again, a lot of fun here tonight. Again, we're gonna have a match every single hour. Because it's a double elimination bracket though, top 16, we're only gonna have 3 matches tonight, but again, a lot of teams are gonna be playing. We'll give you all updates on what's happening, but again, if you take a look at our schedule here, 3 matches tonight. Again, we're gonna start with lads and Mystic. We're gonna be bouncing around this bracket as well. Already confirmed, one of the teams in our next match is actually gonna be the Wobblers, so they're actually gonna be our orange side team. While we get things sorted out here, while we get these teams here as well. Reminder, because it is double elimination, you win twice to move on to tomorrow, the group stage portion. If you lose twice, your tournament run is over. So everybody here really battling for those spots, but have a really fun series here, a really good time. Again, with how many teams we have here, teams are going to have their tournaments end very, very quickly if they aren't careful. So tonight's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be quite a tough battle. But that's what we're here for. We're here to see these fun, tough battles as, again, part of the Paradise Cup 2, sponsored by Team Evo. Again, shoutouts to our sponsors in Team Evo. Absolutely amazing people. And, of course, all of you out there, go show support to them. I'm going to quickly make sure to actually update the bracket commander. Just a quick moment while we get things sorted out here. Hopefully, again, you all are doing well. Get your predictions in, by the way. You got 3 matches tonight. They're all best of 5, by the way. And 3 matches, all best of 5. Today's all best of 5. Tomorrow's all best of 5. It's only on Championship Sunday when it's all the best of 7s. I also have mentioned this is a crew battles tournament as well. So, yes, that means we're going to be seeing 3s, 2s, and 1s. We're going to start with 3v3. And we'll go through here. We'll make it easier for you all. Again, we'll go through all of this. So it will Not be too complicated. Out there. There you go. Backer command is fixed. By the way, thank you as well for the follows earlier today. And W. Rill and Elip, thank you for the follows. Welcome to the Spuddy stream again to SN Tournament Series. And again, if you're hoping to see more from SN Tournament Series, you will get more. Again, we've got our wildcard coming up next weekend. Incredibly fun tournament as well. So again, today is day 1 of a 3-day tournament. Again, Mystic Esports taking on the lads. Mystic Esports with Khalid, Slicks, and James. And they're taking on the lads. We'll see which of their 4 players join in, but likely it's going to be Jay, Hockey Star, and Rule. That would be my guess. That is probably their strongest roster. But again, there's some really good teams in this tournament. Lads are definitely a team that are going to have an interesting time. They're going to have a interesting match, because reminder, on the other side of that same part of the bracket for them is Midwest Mafia, who, again, are an Apex Cup team. Both them and the lads know each other quite well. Actually, I think played each other already in the Apex division. I believe Midwest Mafia won quite handily, though, against them. They went to Game 5, they won. So again, and then that's the Midwest Mafia Black team. This Midwest Mafia team, this tournament, is actually even higher ranked than that. So there are some really, really good teams in this tournament. Again, we're going to cut our teams out in half. Again, it will be really fun time. Well, again, we start out here. We'll get things underway in just a moment. So again, we do get everything sorted out here, because I'm also running this tournament, meaning I'm going to get a lot of pings from people. So again, give me a moment while we sort things out. Again, it's going to be a good series here. All matches are best of 5 today, so we're going to have a really good time here as well. And we're just about ready to get things underway. And in comes Jay, Rule, and Hockey. So no surprise, Jay also part of the, again, the president, at least the titled president of 105. So we have to get him in here at least once, right? They have a ton of teams this tournament. This is probably their strongest one. Actually, no, this is not their strongest one. 135 Knights their strongest team here, but this is probably their second best team in this tournament. 135 is going to have a tough time. They won the first Paradise Cup, which again was that Oregoner show match. Jay was actually part of the roster that won. Now it's the Paradise Cup 2, and it's uncapped. There's no rank restrictions now, and it's a whole lot tougher. Vortex lads take on Mystic Esports. The first time we'll get to see Mystic Esports in the Ascend Tournament Series. And it's here in the ATS Paradise Cup 2, sponsored by Team Evo. Vortex lads in the blue, Mystic Esports on the orange. And again, with Midwest Mafia waiting at the end of this match for both teams, being able to just skip that first round, get that win, get yourself one step closer. Double elimination is quite a cruel format, but that is what you have to play here to go to tomorrow, the group stage, the round robin format. For all of you who are wondering, those characters, that is James. As in comes Rule, looking for number 1. Saved by James already. Again, we're starting with the 3v3 action in Game 1. But being a best of 5, though, reminder, whoever loses this game does get to pick the game mode for Game 2. Either 2v2 or 1v1. As the lads have gone overcommitting. It's gonna go the other way. And Mystic Esports will strike first in the Paradise Cup. As they give the ball to Samuel. Welcome to the Spuddy stream. Welcome to the Paradise Cup 2, sponsored by Team Evo. This is day 1 of the qualifying stage, and it's not just me who's streaming. We'll have Spartan Dragon and Noted joining on their own streams later tonight. But again, it's all best of 5s today. We're gonna have 3 matches in this group. As lads, we'll take another one. It's tied at 1 each. And right off the kickoff as well. Again, there's a reason I chose this match. Not only do we just not know Mystic Esports that well, but they're a relatively solid team. It's a relatively close match. As wait, are Mystic good? Mystic's pretty good, my friend. They're a pretty high-ranked team. I don't know them very well, but they are new to ATS. This is the first time we're actually going to be seeing Mystic Esports in an Ascend Tournament Series events, but this is not the first time we've seen 135. Again, they won the last Paradise Cup 1. It was the 2v2 Orc Owner Showcase when it was Van has now an answer. Khaled's going to take this one. I should also mention again, last ATS event, day 1 is a qualifying stage, although last ATS event was 16 different teams. This one has doubled that. It's 32. It's a lot bigger. Again, with the uncapped ranks, there are some players here. Again, anybody all the way up from high diamond to top 16 RLCS. So we've got a ton of players here. As up goes Jay, looking for the redirect. Will be kept wide as Jay midfield. Hockey stopped by Khalid as Lads still searching. Rule wide open. Great stop from James as he'll come off the crossbar. But the Lads still attacking, and they're really taking that boost. It's one of the things about this team that is going to make them scary is that team chemistry. I mean, people may not recognize Rule nearly as much as they would recognize Jay and Hockey from this roster, but Rule's been here for a very long time. This team's got chemistry, and they've got tenacity too. A lot of battling. A huge, huge opportunity and a goal back. Again, start off our Paradise Cup. This is the upper portion. As again, a really exciting series here as tied at 2 each, 3 minutes to go. Again, it's Mystic Esports. Again, their first time in ATS. They take on 100X Lads again, but I would consider the second best 135 team in this tournament. I think 135 have 5 or I think they actually might have 6 teams total in this event. So just like usual, they love to sign up for the ATS tournaments. But the thing is, this tournament, because it's uncapped, actually means 135 are going to have a very tough time getting representation in that final, in that top 8, maybe even in that final bracket. Thank you for the follow, Fancy Fragment. Good luck tonight in the Paradise Cup. I know you're part of one of the teams here. Aren't you part of Velocity, if I'm not wrong? So good luck to your team tonight. As the Lands looking for more offense. Jay to take the lead. No, it's not going to get out. Jay's hit it under the bar. And the Lads taking a 1 goal up here with 2 minutes to go. A great lob from Jay. Khalid, just not enough on it. And good work from the Lads. As again, into the start of our event. Now another one. An answer from James. And we're already back to all even. Didn't take too long, did it? It's been back and forth, that's to say the very least. Again, with how the series has gone. As again, an all-square matchup, Mystic Esports. I mean, we talked about Lads' tenacity, the ability to come back. Mystic Esports doing just that, but they have overcommitted here. Will be clear the other way as Jay across for Rule. That's going to take some time, but still the Lads who are looking to play forward, but I didn't feel pass. Just going to get away from the 135 veteran. Both Jay and Hockey, actually some of the first players I got to see out of 135 Esports. As up goes Rule. Recovery, but it is pinched the other way. Jay whiffed on this one, and James will be waiting there, but it's space for Mystic Esports. James going to get the bump. And Rule will send this one back as Slicks to the corner. Mystic waiting. That's a really good pass, actually. Colin's going to take it. The lead is for Mystic. As the Lads, again, continuing to find those troubles. Rule, though, double commit in. In comes Jay. Not a lot of boost to work with, though. And the Lads definitely feeling that pressure now, and do not want to go to lower bracket this early. Mystic joining in relatively recently. But it's gonna go in for Jay. The lads are not done just yet. And again, so far, getting to see these teams play, getting to see this. It's been a while since we've had a tournament like this in ATS, but it's another one in for Jay. I can't even talk too much. And the lads, 16 seconds to go in game one. This has been quite a start. Mind, this is just a 3v3 game. We've got like a 2v2-esque scoreline at this point. Again, after game one, that's when things get interesting. All the odd games are 3v3, but the even games are not. And again, with it being a crew battles format, things are going to be a little interesting in these even numbered games. But can Mystic Esports extend this series any way possible? Slicks, beat by Jay, surely. This will go to the ground. Jay wants one more. Not going to find it. And he may have actually regret doing that, because Mystic Esports will keep it up, but not for long. Hockey's not taking any chances. The lads will take game one. And again, now it's Mystic Esports, because they lost game one. You do have the choice to 2v2 or 1v1. So it's up to them. It's their opportunity to make the choice here. Oftentimes in this situation, it really depends on who's confident on your team. If there's, if you've got a really good 2v2 team, if you've got a 2v2 group that is confident in themselves, that's where you can really find that composure. As we're getting the call here, it is 2v2, so we'll see what these two teams do, but it's 2v2 called by Mystic Esports, and that means in game two, again, the 2v2 action now unleashed. Not too surprising, I think most teams would pick 2v2. And again, be an interesting matchup here, as in comes James, and I believe Slicks on one side. No, Hockey and Rule are on the other. I believe it's James and Slicks on one side, so it's our 2v2 match. So that means that actually the 1v1 match is also determined. It is going to be Jay versus Khalid as well, so that's going to be our 1v1 match if we were to go to game 4. But for the lads, being able to keep this going, because again, remind you of how they did in the 3v3. Obviously, want to make sure they continue to be successful, but the thing about 3v3 matches in the crew battles format is that it can be quite volatile. And technically in this tournament, if you have the best 3v3 team here, you should be doing just fine, but that is not a likely guarantee, and Slicks will make sure that the lads do rely on that 3v3, but there's just an overcommit. It was Hockey went in for that 50-50, just aggressive challenging. In a 3v3 game mode, that would work just fine. In a 2v2, he's the last one back. You cannot take that kind of risk. Esports will score first. Who knows if we'll see another back and forth matchup. Honestly, feels like the series is bound to have another one. As Hockey, that's just going to get over the heads of the defenders, but space to work with. Mystic actually really struggling back here. Rule really able to get back to that one. Now Hockey to avoid that challenge from James. Now he's got an infield option in Rule. Cleared back. The lads will go back to defense here. Flick off the back wall. Slicks inched away. Vortex lads will keep control for now. As interesting choice there from Rule. We'll hold on to this one. Mystic Esports will keep possession. Rule again having to be forced into play that last one back, and the lads right now just having to play a very cautious play style. They just can't seem to hold ball possession. A lot of these touches are just really, really heavy and are giving it away. Mystic Esports is taking full advantage of that. Is that another one goes in? It's James again. It's his first goal of game 2, but it's not the first time we've seen him in the series, not the last time either. We move forward ever more as the lads really meeting their match here. Again, they are generally considered a 3v3 roster. As the lads will try to carry this the other way, it's Rule. Unable to make much happen in space there. Slicks. I take this one away. Hockey will take it back, but next lads, again, keeping control for now, but again, I've really struggled to make much happen. A bump there. Slicks actually is going to get the clear out on that, and Mr. Esports playing patiently. There's not so many goals happening anymore. I think a lot of it just has to come by the fact that the lads are just hitting this ball so heavily. They're not really taking nearly as much control. It's very clear this Mystic Esports team is prepared to play 2v2 matches. Lads themselves may have had their hands full. Hockey, though, good play off the ceiling. Slicks will send it all the way back. There will be time and space that they can work with as Rule. By Slicks, Hockey will clear it away. James. Hockey keeping it off the corner. Rule. Hockey, he's jumping in for that, but once again, Mystic Esports not taking too much care or consideration for the lads' offense, and that's for a very good reason. It has not been that scary so far. Again, their heavy pass style offense just doesn't work nearly as well in a 2v2 matchup. Mystic Esports is meeting them there. And almost certainly Game 2 is going to go the way of Mystic. That means we're guaranteed to also see the 1v1 match later in this series as well, meaning we're going to be seeing Jay take his side in a 1v1 matchup, which could be quite exciting. As James doesn't get much past Hockey, but the lads at this point, a team that's got to play aggressive. Time's running low for them, and if they want Game 2, if they want to avoid that 1v1 at all costs, really got to do well here. They've got to get more than just one, but at least they're off to a good start. As Rule tap down to Hockey, and eventually a pass will connect for the lads. As in it goes, Slicks has got an answer. Didn't take too long, did it? Weird turn of events here, another one for Slicks. And my goodness. Oh, the way things change, don't they? It's been nothing but a weird turn of events. Again, Mystic Esports, I don't think they're going to be very happy about. I think they're going to be very happy about this one. I don't think Lads are going to be very happy, though. Because again, they are generally a 3v3 roster. And again, with a minute to go, I think they've already kind of resigned themselves to the fact that this is not going to be their game 2 for the Lads. Of course, credit where credit's due. Very impressive as well, so again, time running a little bit low here. We're going to be seeing Game 2 go the way of Mystic as it's both left in front. Hockey trying to get one more, but denied by Slicks, and never really felt that close to begin with here. So he's going to go for a double tap, but that won't hit, and Mystic Esports will just play patient here as Hockey, good first touch, but kept away. The Lads only able to muster a single goal this game. It was not pretty, that's to say the very least. And thank you for the follow there, Gator. Welcome to Spuddy Stream. We're in the Paradise Cup 2, sponsored by Team Evo. A Group Battles event. We are in the 2v2 matchup as Mystic is dominating Hunter's Lads after they lost Game 1 in the 3v3 by only one goal. We'll be going back to 3v3 for Game 3. Again, Game 4, guaranteed to be a 1v1. We will be seeing that later. But as this time ticks away, Mystic actually wants one more on this. Oh, they just missed it. They're not going to need it anyways, though. That ends Game 2, Mystic Esports. With a great bounce back in Game 2. Chose correctly to choose a 2v2 game mode, because they were the much better team in that. It does mean we go back to 3v3. It means Jay and Khalid, who couldn't get to sit and watch this match, now jump back in. Back to 3v3, back to the mode that the lads did show that they were better in Game 1. But it was by, again, only one goal in a very tight matchup. Not exactly an easy match for them here. Again, reminder, with Midwest Mafia very likely being the team that they're going to be facing off against on the other side. It's going to be a interesting turnaround here, because if Mystic Esports can use what they did in the 2v2 here in the 3v3, they might be able to turn the series around. And if they play the cards right with Khalid waiting out, if he is actually a very good 1v1 player, they're going to be in a perfect position to potentially take down these lads 3 games straight after losing Game 1. Again, that's the question. Can they do it? 3v3 was not a very good looking game mode for them in Game 1. Again, compared to the 2v2, it was a much weaker performance. And that's where the lads are really going to look to find that space. I haven't even mentioned how much of a prize pool this tournament is. This is a $250 prize pool for all of you who are watching. And with it being 180 to first, it's a big amount of money to win. Actually, sorry, 170 for first. It's 80 for second. It's a lot of money here as Mystic Esports are going to hit the net there. Slicks with goal 1. Just a bad first touch off the back wall. Again, this lads team is going to face some troubles. This is not an easy match for them. He's off the sidewall. Slicks will clear it back. And again, for lads, it's the game mode that they're going to be the best in. This is probably the game mode they're the strongest in as well. So, I mean, they are a 3v3 team. They're in our Apex Cup. Absolutely are a good team in this mode, but they gotta do well here. It's an own goal from James that will tie this game back up. No shortage of goals, that's for sure. As Hockey hits it true, and it just bounced off James to go in as well. That's unfortunate for him. Just means that the lads have tied this thing back up. As James looking for a response. That shot, though, not very strong, and is a terrible way to get things going, as now Rule. Hockey. The back wall will be cleared across. Rule waiting on top of this one. Jay able to get much on this. Khalid to go. Rule's got an open back wall. Slicks doesn't have it. Rule! It's gonna find its way to the net. And for Mystic Esports, a lot of panic, a lot of hesitation. They're being moved all over the place here, and eventually they just could not hold up any longer. And it's a 2-1 scoreline. Vortex lads leading by 1. Jay now. Rule to the back wall. Up goes Hockey. Rule trying to get his way through Slicks, but inadvertently hitting the ball himself. It's actually going to head wide. And 3 minutes to go. The lads taking things slowly as Hockey drifted with Slicks. Jay. I just don't know why I combined Jay and Rule. It's Jay and Hockey who I often like to combine together. They've been teammates for so long, but I guess Jay and Rule together is a new one here. As halfway through this game, again, the lads leading by 1 again. This is their game mode. This is the game mode they're the best in. They've really got to make sure they hone it in this games, because if they lose even one of these 3v3s, they've now got to win that 1v1 match. And I wouldn't really want to be in that position if I were them, as Jay, not exactly known for his 1v1 ability. Not a bad 1v1 player to say the very least, but not exactly a player that I know for 1v1s. As in it goes, Hockey will be leading by 2 now. An important goal to say the very least. And for the lads, with 2 minutes to go. Again, leading by 2. Rarely have we seen them with that kind of a lead. As infield. See how things go here as Khalid whiffed on this. Jay looking for the back wall. Left in front. It's another one. It's in. The lads lead by 3. Jarul? Jarul will be amazing. Hello, hey, Purple Bear. How you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. No, the owner of Mystic. See your team dominating that 2v2 game mode, but in threes, things aren't looking so good. The lads getting out of 135 Esports. And the org that won the last Paradise Cup, now looking to find another way through. It was Slicks, though, who keeps it away. Jay will have to backtrack as Hockey going to take his time here. Again, that 1v1 game mode is up next, but and whoever can win this game can win the series there in that 1v1. As Hockey, ooh, actually a miss there from Rule, and it's heavy open space here for the lads, but pinch going all the way away. Mystic's gonna hold on to this. Rule, though, clears it out. Next lads will put themselves back to offense. Midfield, Jay gets that demo, but it's an open backfield that Slicks can take with Khalid. Looking for the bump. Hockey, the only one back, gets the block. Everybody committed for Mystic Esports. And Rule's gonna go the other way. But back is James. Not a very good first touch, though. In comes Jay! It's another own goal off the back wall. This time it's Slicks. It was, I believe it was James who had it earlier. It's Slicks who has it happen to him here. And our lads, after it was a fairly close game 1 in 3v3s, have really taken over the 3v3 mode here in game 3. You guys seem like you really know how to run a hosting server. Oh, I thank you for that. Yeah, we have a lot of experience here. ATS has been doing this for, I believe, 2 years. I've been here for the whole 2 years, so I appreciate that. And yeah, don't worry, it's a bit messy today. I mean, as it's always going to be with 32 teams, but as the days get further and further, as we get less and less teams, I promise you, everything's going to be really exciting. I'm going to be here every single day. Don't worry. So you guys will be stuck with me. Although I don't think that's a bad thing. At least I hope it's not a bad thing for you guys. It's 6-1 the scoreline here. I think that's the same scoreline we had in the 2v2 last game, so weird turn of events here, but it's the lads who have shown up beautifully in game 3. And for Mystic Esports, they'll watch this game end. They're not gonna have any chance here, but we do go to that 1v1 game mode. It will be Khalid versus Jay. I don't know how good either of these players are in ones, but seeing how this Mystic Esports played in the 2v2, I would have a feeling they might be the team favored here. We go to game number 4. And that means it's Khalid versus Jay. Oh. Just gonna get the really fun stuff here. Again. Again, we're going to try to get things sorted out here as we'll get closer and closer to this one. Here we go, game number 4. And oh well, these teams are choosing it. We're gonna have to get a reset here because these teams are not following the rules. You cannot. That's not how that works. That's not how the rules work, so they're not gonna be happy with this, but yeah, they're not following the rules. These teams, oh no, I already told them what the rules were and they forgot about it. Let me quickly make sure we get the players back in here. They are obviously not following the rules for our 1v1 matches, so. Real quick, let me make sure these players, we'll get them back in here. Apologies on that. And these players are not following the rules here, so. Let me quickly get them back in. Again, apologies on that. We are going to be continuing back with our 1v1 in just a moment while I flee players back in. So they're not following the rules, so. There we go. We're gonna get them back in here, so quickly, we're gonna get them back in. I don't think they've read the rules. I have a feeling that's gonna happen a couple times today with a couple teams, because knowing teams in these tournaments, it's complicated as well. It's definitely not a common rule, so we're gonna make sure we get them actually to follow the rules here. I have a feeling we're gonna have a couple teams that don't follow the rules, but we're gonna quickly get that sorted. But yes, it is whoever doesn't play the 2v2 has to play the 1v1, so. So quickly, we will get them back in here. I don't think they've read the rules, so we're gonna quickly get them back in. Hopefully that will make things a little easier then. As it is gonna be again Jay versus Khalid. So they didn't read the rules there, but we are gonna get them back in. Now they will follow the rules, so they didn't read them. That's a common issue. That happens sometimes. So while we get everybody back in. Just gonna make sure that they do follow the rules here. Again, there's probably gonna be a good amount of teams that don't do that, so. Well, so. So while we again get everybody back in here. Again, it's gonna be Jay versus Khalid. I think they're gonna wait for both teams though to join in, so. But poor Slicks, he really wanted to play the 1v1. And yeah, that's not how that works. So we are going to get him back in here. Let me make sure I put it out here. Again, we're gonna get them back in, so we're waiting on everybody to join back in. So there we go. Let's get them back in. They are back in. So let's get our 1v1 going. It's Jay versus Khalid. As again, we go back in, and yeah, for both these players, they were not ready for this. It's gonna be very weird, but for both teams, not playing their optimal 1v1 player. No, for lads, it actually would be Hockey who's their best 1v1 player. They get an awkward position. Khalid, though. Now he can get things going, because again, the Mystic team is full of a good amount of 1v1 players, so. It could be a very tough match to do, as in comes Jay. One kept to the side. As it's gonna go in for Jay, he'll take goal 1. And here's the lads again, who reminder, if they can win this game, will be that as you don't know anyone who reads the rules. That is fair. And yes, no subs after game 1. Yeah, see, Spartan Dragon knows, he read the rules. But yeah, you're not wrong, Yarg. Not everybody reads the rules. That's why we ping people and tell them. Even that doesn't always fix it, but you know. People will learn soon enough, don't worry. we will make sure during this event that people do know. As we'll be doing this 1v1 again. Very likely decide the outcome here. Reminder again, if we do go to game 5, if Mystic Esports can win this game, we go to another 3v3. It's not the game mode they're the best in, but it's what they've got to go through here because Hunter lads have done well enough to pick them in both 3v3 games. And right now, Jay making it very clear he does not exactly appreciate Khalid. Means for lads, up by 2 at this point. Yeah, you're not wrong, Ark, that not everybody reads the rules. Don't worry, we will ping people and tell them. So, it does happen. We will let people know. There's also a relatively unique rule for crew battles. It's not uncommon. A lot of crew battles does do that. But, it doesn't happen in every single tournament. I know the last time. I know like a couple different crew battle tournaments that haven't done that, but this one does. Khalid's gonna put it in, and the reason we do it, by the way, for all of you who are wondering, is that everybody can get like field time. That we don't have a player that just sits out for essentially all the 2s and 1s matches. That's the major reason we do it. It also definitely adds a bit of strategy, though, in another way. That you gotta be smart with who you play in the 2s and 1s games. You can't just play your best, overall player in both game modes. You gotta play who can play. You gotta find out who can play 2s the best, who can play 1s the best, and work with that. As Jay right now proving he actually does have some pretty good 1 skill here. We don't see him play a lot of 1-for-1s. He has done it on the stream. Actually, he's played a lot of 1s against Hockey on the stream. I think he's done it twice. Generally keeps up, although Hockey again is generally considered the better 1-for-1 player. Is not bad at 1s. As I mentioned, he's not bad at 1s. He doesn't play a lot of it. He's primarily a 3v3 player, but and he's proving he's got 1's talent here, and Khalid is having a really tough time keeping up. And another one for Jay. He just keeps on scoring. And that little dribble, beautifully done over Khalid's head. We go back into this as Jay now on his own back wall. As here comes Jay. Little pop up, gets him! That's in. That's gonna be good for them. Hugely important. And that is a big goal, as he's gonna get another one, 6-1. And it just keeps on going in. As again, the action tonight really showing up, really getting quite heated. That is, again, the lads who are just making sure that they get that job done. They do not want anything to do with a Game 5, even if it's a game that they're relatively confident in. Making sure they get this one done as quick as possible. And right now, again, Khalid now to the ceiling. As another goes in. And the goals keep flowing, and there's Khalid. He's left. It's 8-1. That ends the series. He doesn't want anything to do with this. That means the lads that's it. Our 1v1's over. It's 8-1. That ended quickly. That means it is 135. Esports will take this one. 3-1 the scoreline, as I'm gonna have to make this now a manual update, so there we go. So 3-1, our scoreline here. The lads will take the series. And again, around the league, we have had a ton of updates for all of you, so hopefully that will you all out here. And we'll take a little look at what we have already had happen in our tonight on stream, as real quick actually. Here we go again. Give you little updates here from down. Eclipse is just one, obviously, but then they're going to be waiting against the winner of the Bubble Guppy Snackers, Disjointed Gaming. A big win though. Hunix Y2K with their win. Knight and Astro have both won. Midwest Mafia is going to be playing against the Lats as expected. Queue up Mana playing the Wobblers. That will be our next match on stream. PTR takes on Lotus 8. Hunter Skita takes on Golden Esports. Again, and again, shout out to again our other casters. We'll have Spartan Dragon actually streaming as well, part of round 2. Pretty fun match overall. Again, we are going to get things sorted out. We will be back. It's going to be, again, queue up Mana. We'll be playing next. We'll be taking on the Wobblers. Again, a slightly different Wobblers team, still very good. We'll be going to a break. When we come back, we're gonna be watching as one team will punch in their ticket to tomorrow. Hey, we have one quick turnaround here. Actually, we're gonna have a different match. Fellows versus Beantop. So we'll see you guys very soon. Welcome back to the Ascent Tournament Series Paradise Cup 2, Day 1, the qualifiers sponsored by Team Evo. Sporty FC, we're back in, and again we had a little change up there for upper bracket matchup. But we've got the fellas taking on Beantop, two unworked teams, but the fellas are definitely one of our front runners in this event. I believe they are one of our highest seeded teams. They might be our third seed now. I think they might be our third seeded team in this tournament. So a really fun roster to watch. We're going to be seeing them against Beantop. Again, it was a field sweep for the fellas as they took down the Hornets. Beantop went to Game 5 against Team Evo Fatal. That was actually a match that I actually might have watched in could have watched it in round 1, but we didn't get to see that again. Instead, we got to see the lads take down Mystic Esports 3-1. So for us, we go to yet another best of 5 prediction polls live again, but the fellas are the heavy favorites here to go 2-0 today and make it out of the bracket again. Our second of 3 matches tonight. Action to get quite interesting, but again, reminder, with it being crew battles, we start with our 3v3 matches all over again. So we're gonna get things started. These teams have always said they wanted to go into this, so we're not gonna waste them any time. They can join on in. The fellas and Beantop. Again, the fellas, a RLCS caliber roster. They've got some pretty good players here. It is Kipper, Wolf, 2Factor, who I guess now goes by Kylie in game, and taking on Dan, Justin, and Naz, who we've seen out of Beantop back in the Rocket League Splash series. Beantop been talking a lot about, their likelihood of making it to top 8. They've been preparing a lot for this event. I don't think they were realizing just how many good teams would be joining this event, though. Their event is going to be quite difficult. Of course, against the fellas, a top-tier roster, Beantop is going to need to do pretty well to even take a game off this side, but they're going to need to play well here as they're already catching them on an overcommit. Naz missed the net, but it is the fellas who will move back up to offense as bounce off the corner. Wolf will keep this one away, but in goes Justin. Kipper can't get there. Beantop will take goal 1. As the fellas, again, maybe took them a bit easily here. Wolf's touch there, very heavy, giving a lot of space for Beantop that they will absolutely take for themselves. And as 2Factor now going up for that double tap, will look to bring things back. As already there at the block, Wolf can get very far with it as Justin's shot. We'll see nothing but net. Beantop up by 2 inside the first minute. And the heavy underdogs in this match, proving that their story may not be so unsurprising. That prediction out of Dan may not be so unsurprising. And mind you, it's another best of 5 matchup. This is upper round 2 again. The winner of this match will see themselves play tomorrow in the round robin group stage as Wolf. Didn't get that flick go very far, but in comes Kipper. Saved away by Naz as now 2Factor. The fellas just playing for time here, really playing to take opportunities. They are going to be really successful in those 2v2 and 1v1 game modes. This is a team that, again, has a lot of really good raw talent. So for Beantop, they've got to rely heavily on 3v3 to be the game mode for them. And again, they're already off to a really good start. 2 goals in that first minute. Being only to add more as 2Factor, not Kylie. 2Factor, although maybe Kylie. We'll pass it up to Wolf, looking infield. 2Factor could jump for this, but Kipper will go instead. It will be the same result no matter who went for it. And the fellas will take one back as Wolf just sends it midfield. And the fellas will definitely take that one. As a clear to the back wall, Beantop looking to stay with this one. Again, as while I'm talking about this, we should also talk about how there are 8 matches in the lower portion of round 1 as well. And what's going to happen after this round is 8 teams are going to see themselves eliminated from the tournament. It's a tough run. It's a tough bracket. There are going to be 8 teams who will be leaving us after this round. So a lot of pressure on them here as Kipper will be cleared away as Wolf 50'd midfield. Justin, Kipper with the keep away. As infield, Wolf with a big goal. It's tied now. The fellas needed some time to warm up. They had a very weak first minute, but we've come back beautifully, and If they can keep on scoring, they're going to keep on being successful. As this one saved away. Kipper will keep it airborne as fellas keep on moving. Half the game already gone. Looking for a third. Kipper gonna dance his way past the opponents. And again, this is where this fellas team really is going to start to really find themselves here. You know, a team of really good raw talent. They're going to find ways to score just by the virtue of who they are. And they're going to find another two-factor with this first. And it's a 1-goal lead now. This game has flipped on its head, although unsurprisingly. And it is, again, the fellas who have found what they have been made of. One-goal lead. Now all they need to do is really hold this one. As they'll flick midfield. Wolf kept away. As Dan flicked away. Wolf already gonna get that double tap just to keep it to that back corner, but the fellas need to break too far away. Again, a reminder, the winner of this series will advance to tomorrow. We'll get to play in the round-robin group stage. 3 more hours of matches. A whole lot more action to come with it as well. That's clanged off the bar. Will be Dan with free space. It's two-factor up, but he's going to be shot on there early. Kept away, though. At least for now, things aren't looking too crazy. As a flick off the corner. Bean top, looking midfield. Kipper. Wolf. Justin trying to clear this back, but it's going to be the fellas who keep up the offense. Now midfield, it's a wide open net. And it will be two-factor who will take it. And that is huge. An answer from Justin, though. Wait a minute. That's a big goal back right off the kickoff for Beantop. And the fellas might not be out of the woods just yet. Cleared off to the back. Saved by Justin right there. As it goes up by two-factor. Justin. Dan. Redirect. Is it in? Oh, just saved off the line, fellas. Nearly caught overcommitting there. But they will eventually break out. But they're having a really tough time right now on defense. As this one pinched to the side. As this one's gonna fall through. And that's gonna fall in. Kipper will take it. And the fellas, surely that's game 1 for them. Five goals to 3. For the fellas, it was not an easy game 1. They absolutely had to work their heart off to get that. But they'll take it there as we'll go to the midfield. Fellas, we'll take game 1. They're going to start off well. As expected, Beantop now get to choose what game mode they want for game 2. They're already going to have to make their choice. What do they want to go for here, Beantop? Again, this fellow's roster is going to be very tough for them to battle, but it's definitely one that they can take on. Just is, what are they going to do? How are they going to do it? Because it's not an easy choice, that's for sure. As they're making their call, it's 1v1s here for Beantop, so they're trusting themselves in the 1v1 game mode. I don't think either ones or twos is going to help them here. In all honesty, I don't think either of those game modes are exactly going to favor them. I mean, they do not have a rank advantage against the fellas. But it's 1v1 nonetheless. We'll be going into game 2. It's gonna be Naz, not surprising there. That makes sense for being top, that it would be Naz. On the other side, it is Kipper. So Naz and Kipper take to the field. The fellas, it could be match point here to go to tomorrow and make today a very quick day for themselves. And they had the Hornets earlier who they swept rather easily. Now it's Bean Top, a much tougher team, but still one they can definitely beat, and when they're expected to, just gonna make sure they get off to a good start, get themselves into a good groove. It's not gonna happen here though. Naz will take goal 1 for Bean Top. Again, he is a 1v1 player, so I'm not too surprised to see that he's the one who's competing in this 1v1 game mode. That is, again, a start that they were looking for. To continue that in any way they can. Again, it was game 1 that kind of got out of hand quickly here off of the very beginning for Bean Top. So now in game 2, again with this kind of 1v1 game mode, we'll see how Kipper can play here. If I'm the fellas, I'd be actually playing pretty heavily in this 1v1. Who knows what their plan is here? They might be instead trying to look to win 2v2, but obviously Kipper is still a really good 1v1 player. He's still gonna have his chances to take down Naz, and he does here with a good response, a little fake as well. I think Naz may have backflipped. Oh yeah, he did. That doesn't make things any easier. Again, for Bean Top, looking just to keep themselves well in this series. It's a tough match to say the very least, but I mean, they definitely knew coming in this tournament it was going to be tough. Knowing that it was uncapped. As Kipper's going to take another one here. Now he takes a 1-goal lead. And for the fellas, just about kind of taking these opportunities when they come. Only a minute has gone by, but for the fellas, again, it's all about being able to keep your composure, play as well as you can. And now Kipper. Flip reset. Still Kipper. Naz. Steps away off the back corner here as Bean Top will look to keep control. Actually, it's a goal here for Bean Top. Kipper missed it. Naz will have a goal at back, and that's 2-2. And for Kipper, oh, he doesn't want to look at this replay again. Just a miss there. He went right behind him. And it is tied at 2 each. Here comes Kipper. Don't look at the flip reset very far, and Naz will have that block. Now looking for the open net, will take just that. And again, things just continue onward. I don't really know what to say here. It's been incredibly impressive, but Naz really proving that he's got that 1v1 talent, and there's so many players out there that don't really consider 1v1s all that much as a game mode. But it is one where you can really take on these higher ranked players and show up. Naz is doing that. He still hasn't been able to separate himself from Kipper, though. Kipper does take a 3rd goal here, ties this game up all over again. And, well, things here need to be a little bit more interesting, I guess. As Kipper to the side wall. We got a little bump there on Naz. Actually has a open chance here. Naz does have a boost. Kipper does not. Gonna play this very smartly here. Will jumped up really early for that. And it's gonna be Naz who will take possession. Flick doesn't take much flight, and Kipper will take this away. And he may even have an open chance over here, but without enough boost, without enough opportunities, still searching. Backflip flick. Naz will get there just in time. Will race all the way back to defense. See if he can force up Naz just a little bit more to the back wall. Hits wide. Kipper, whatever he can do to force Naz out of position. But again, Naz just hasn't shown that kind of weakness just yet. And he's always been in that right place at the right time. And it really shows that one vulnerability that Naz really does have is he's got to be careful here, getting chased down from behind. Now he will go for the play. Shot on. Saved up by Naz early. And this is for the fellas that take match point to, allow this day to be, they'll hope it is a quick one. As he'll take the shot, saved out as well. A lot of pressure on Naz. He's just playing all-time defense, but eventually he will not be able to hold up much longer. And it is an open chance for the fellas to keep this going. As Kipper keep that offense going. Now a chance to flick Naz again. Will instead go for the fake, opting for something different. As a flick on from Naz. And again, what an interesting match. Reminder, we actually do have an update as well, I believe. We actually already know who's going to be in that lower portion as well after this match is over, as Kipper flick on. Kipper 5-4. The fellas take the lead again. And with, again, less than a minute to go. For all of you who voted for the fellas, you may have voted correctly here. As Kipper will take this all the way back. Beantop. Trying to find a way back in here, but look at this from Kipper! Oh, great save from Naz, though, and he should have the ability to recover here. That first touch wasn't great. The second will be a lot better, and it will be tied up as well. Kipper went all in on that dribble for the bump as well to really secure this game. It popped out the other way. It's now an answer that Naz will take. Naz will use to tie up the scoreline. And what an interesting turn of events here. Actually, now it's a lead! Naz is going to take this one. My goodness, it's close. Beantop relying heavily on Naz. And quite clearly, his 1v1 capabilities are being shown. The fellas, I don't know if they're exactly ready for this. Been a slap to the face for them, because Naz now up by 2 with 33 seconds left. Again, so far. What an interesting turn of events here. As the fellas, they're gonna drop this game. The 1v1 does go in favor of Beantop. Naz. Impressive performance to keep his team in this one. And this series tied up at 1 each. The 3v3 back up for game 3 now, all over again. And if I remember correctly, I think we already know that whoever loses this match, I believe, Plays against, yeah, they play against 175 Vortex. It's already been confirmed Vortex will actually be the team that takes on the loser of this series. We'll be seeing that in about 45 minutes from now. I'll give you some updates. Q Up Mana, again, sweeping the Wobblers, have taken their part of the upper bracket goal. Esports swept Hunter Kita. Hunter Y2K actually swept Velocity, so we've got 235 teams already in the top 16. And we're guaranteed to have another with Hunter Knight and Astra playing each other, so a lot more 135 teams joining in than I thought, joining that top part than I thought there would be, but then again, I think it shows just how good 125 is. In a tournament like this, even with so many teams, that they still find ways to be successful, even as the competition gets scarier. That means now in Game 3, we're back to the 3v3 matchups. Yes, someone named them. I love this. They're all named. There's a different name change here. As this will go to the side wall, it's Evelyn. That is Wolf, by the way. All the fellas slowly are just changing their names. I love this. That's a new one. While Wolf was waiting, he decided to change his username. I love that. That's great. Says we go back into this one. And here we go. 3v3 action all over again. As this one clears to the back, will be kept away by 2Factor again. We're going to be seeing 2Factor and Wolf in that 2v2 matchup later tonight. As for Beantop again with Naz having played, it's going to be Justin and Dan who will be on their side again. That's going to be what we see in Game 4. Again, whoever wins this, though, can definitely take match point. As that's going to go in as well. In it goes for 2Factor. As Dan kind of got caught in the corner there. 2Factor just went right in for that. Did not waste any time on that one. And, what an interesting performance. Or I would say, what an interesting turnaround here for fellas. Again, showing us that they actually just might just be a better 3v3 team. Maybe what we were expecting out of them. Will fall in, and the fellas will go up 2-0. And Beantop right now just trying to punch their way through one way or another. It's going to be a very tough road to go as the fellas looking midfield. It will be waiting right there. Demo as well. The fellas just keeping anything they can do with keeping themselves on offense. It's a very, very tough road to go through. As cleared away. Infield, 3 players. Now another off the back wall. In front at Dan with the block. Beantop doing well. As it's going to be an answer. Justin in. The goal back for Beantop. Off of all those passes, the fellas exhausted their resources. Now will come back to hurt them. As Justin, we're getting tripped up there by Kipper. I'm in space to work with as it is in front, but both not able to get very far. As Justin dunked away, Kipper the first one up to it. In goes Wolf. Now Kip, not Kipper, now 2Factor, but still not very much there. Beantop just looking for pure control at this point. For the fellas, a little under 2 minutes to go. Holding that 1 goal lead strong, but I don't know how long it's going to stay that way. Beantop has already proven they can't answer. And right on cue as well, it's Justin with his second goal of the game. Beantop is answering. And I remember, going to the match chat, seeing Astron added in, part of 135 Vortex, and seeing him say he really wanted to play against Beantop just because he wants to play against them. Beantop may not actually be able to give him that opportunity. And so far, watching these teams go up against each other is Kipper. I haven't got that flip reset very far. As Naz, with a minute to go here, tied at 2 each. A lot of questions, a lot these teams will be talking about as flip resets. They're just playing around that net. As in midfield it goes. That shot on, but it will be saved away by Dan. 2-factor up already. Wolf already overcommitted, so Kipper, the only one to get this one. Double tap not made. In goes 2-factor. Justin is waiting under it. As a little pinch there. Still pushing. Wolf. Kipper. Fellas with a lot of time that they can use here, but it will be Naz. Hear this all away as Justin. Feel it yet to see who will take this game, and who knows, we may have our first visit to overtime tonight. That is, unless something happens here at 0 seconds. It won't. We go to overtime. And it is going to be the fellas and Beantop. Whoever wins this game will take match point, can win in the 2v2 next. Kipper taking control of the fellas. Flip reset. Flipped in front, but Justin already waiting under this is now up goes Wolf. Gets around one. Left in front, but Beantop just playing all-time defense, sitting on the goal line. Not letting anything through. They cannot afford to give up this next goal. It's going to be a really tough battle for them. As that ball just continuing to wait in front. Another chance. That goes wide. Wolf not able to put it on as Justin cuts across and gets the block. And the fellas now will wait back. Time back again for them. Wolf, 1 touch, 2 touch. Easily kept away by Justin, but always going to be that second effort from the fellas that will be a lot more scary than the first. That's when the Beantop isn't ready for it, and what the fellas are exactly waiting for. Overtime, continuing to tick on by as Kipper goes to the back wall. And with the save, Naz. Up is Wolf, flip reset. Wolf gets them all to commit here. Kipper, left in front. Who wants it? Wolf, not on. Kipper, it left in there, but it won't go in, and it will be cleared all the way away. Wolf again, double tap, going for it. Doesn't read the second touch, and it will be Beantop. At least find some time upfield. Maybe a chance to score as well. Naz, who won them the 1v1 game. Unable to get that flick very early, and fellas will go upfield again. Have been holding on to offense all game long. As it's off a corner. Double commit in, but Beantop just gonna play for time. Left in. He'll be pinched out as it will be Dan. Justin. 50 with Kipper. 2-factor. He's gonna clear this one all the way out, but the fellas just playing. Just letting that time tick away. Justin backflipped, and it will be in. Wolf with the game winner. Over 2 minutes of extra time. And the fellas will go to match point. And again, match point now means we're going to the 2v2 game mode. And the fellas can take it here, can advance to day 2. It'll be 2Factor and Wolf will be taking on Dan and Justin. Everybody gets back in here. We're going into the 2v2 mode again. This is the chance for the fellas to go to day 2 happy. Here we go. Game 4 of our best of 5 series, and the fellas again. Team really needing to find that strength, and they're going to find it early. Spanish kickoff. That doesn't work all that often on this stream. We don't see it ever played that often. But that was perfect execution. You could not have asked for much better than that. A aggressive start from the fellas, but it absolutely worked. It is absolutely perfect. No doubt about that one. A perfect Spanish. And in 5 seconds, they're already up by 1. And the loser of this will be taking on 135 Vortex on this stream, so fellas looking to not be that team there, as they're gonna go for the net. Just wide though. To the fortune of Beantop, who actually couldn't reach that one. But here goes, they play it down the field. 2Factor, one-on-one with Justin. Able to push it through, but the fellas up by 1. They're just looking for more to add on to that lead. To the ceiling. That's left in front. Justin there. To the back wall, to the net goes Wolf. No one to defend it. A second for the fellas. And things just seem to be getting better for them. And yet we are still yet to see Game 5 yet on this stream. Beantop's got to score twice. At least they've got to score 3 times. Yet to bring themselves to that position. In the game mode that they have definitely not been the better team in. As it is going to be left for 2Factor. Dan. Wolf clears it away. Fellas at this point just playing for ball control. They feel a lot more comfortable in this game mode. This feels like it was more of them giving away their just giving away whoever couldn't play their 2v2 game mode in that 1v1 matchup. As Dan able to keep this out, it will be Wolf to the back wall. Justin not able to reach this one, but he won't need to when there's no one else challenging him. And there's another one in. Wolf with that one. That is a huge, huge goal. The fellas up by 3 with a lot of time to go, but the Beantop side, this is about as bad as things can start for them. They will get a goal back though. Justin with a long shot. But it was a shot that nobody on the fellas was recognizing. Nonetheless, it was 2Factor who was sitting all the way back there. Fellas, you're gonna have to be a little bit more careful than that. Again, it's reminder, whoever loses this, they'll play against 135 Vortex in the lower bracket. And it will be our only time seeing the lower bracket today, and important match to say the least, as Dan jumped in on that, recognizing the fellas took way too long to recognize it. Very simple play here, but Wolf took too long. I don't think he was expecting Dan to challenge that. He completely got caught there, and Beantop have answered back. Justin. Post flip resets. It will be cleared away by 2Factor. Now a race down the field. Couple bumps as well. Left in front. Up they go. The shot saved away by Justin. It will be flicked up by Wolf. 2Factor now. That's going to hit the nets. That's going to go in for the fellas. Nearing the halfway point of this game, and the fellas have re-extended their lead back up to 2. Scoreline as it is. Fellas are looking poised. Advance to tomorrow through the upper portion. Reminder, that upper bracket also means you're guaranteed better seeding tomorrow as well, which means you would have, technically, on paper, easier matchups. Pop-up play, the fellas. They're telling me to check DMs. Oh. Let me check and see. He needed to message me also. You see, Kipper. There we go. Sorry about that. Had to quickly message Kipper. He actually had a question for me. Has been answered. Fellas, again, leading by 2 with 90 seconds to go. Don't really have too much work to do. Just got to make sure that their defense holds on strong, and they'll be advancing to tomorrow. Again, the loser of this, though, will not be out of the running. They still got the lower bracket. I think it's 135 Vortex, who have been waiting quite a long time for their opponent. They had a forfeit win in lower round 1, so they've been waiting for an incredibly long time. They're not going to have at all an easy matchup, no matter who they play up against, but likely that it's Beantop. It's still going to be a tough team for them, as it'll be 2-factor. Wolf actually already going back to defense here. Smart play as well, recognizing there was going to be no chance to actually get to there on time. Oh, flick up as well. Needs to work with. Flip reset. Dan, keep this one out as now jumping in is 2-factor. Giving it back for Wolf's second touch. Not on target, but he does force Dan to commit. And with this time ticking off the clock, those opportunities for Beantop fading away. They put a lot into that 1v1 matchup. It obviously will not work for them. And the fellas, proving just how strong they are. They're going to advance to tomorrow as long as they keep things like this. 10 seconds to go. All you need to do is just keep out Beantop one last time. Flick midfield. Cleared away by Wolf. And as that time ticks away, Wolf looks for one more. Oh, he's actually hit the ground on that. It will not go in, but it will not matter. The fellas will advance to day 2. A 3-1 win over the Beantop. That means Beantop will be seen later tonight as they take on 135 Vortex. Fellas, advance to tomorrow. Their night is over. They will be going to day 2. And their run in the tournament does continue. For Beantop, they now get to take on 135 Vortex. Another 3-1 scoreline. Blue Battle tournament continues shortly. And the fellas, 3-1 win, will get to see themselves take the rest of the day off. Again, that means for Beantop, they've got a tough match ahead of them. 135 Vortex. Very good opponent. I think an easier one, at least on paper. So for us, and we are going to be going to a quick intermission. When we come back, one more match tonight. 135 Vortex take on Beantop. Winner will go to tomorrow. The loser will be out. One more match tonight. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the ATS Paradise Cup 2, sponsored by Team Evo. Sporty FC, we've got one last match tonight. It's 135 Vortex taking on Beantop. We just saw Beantop in the upper bracket lose to the Fellas. While that was happening, a ton of other teams have qualified already. Again, we know Vortex already one of the top teams in the Ascendant Cup. But let's take a look at our teams that have already qualified from the upper portion here. The Bubble Guppy Snackers actually have beaten Eclipse 3-1. That is not updated. There we go. Bubble Guppy Snackers have beaten Eclipse 3-1. Hornex Y2K swept Velocity. Esports the Fellas beat Beantop 3-1. Knights beat Astra 3-1. Midwest Mafia got through with a sweep over the Lads. Queue Up Mana swept the Wobblers. PTR beating Lotus 8 Harmony. Hornex Kita getting swept by Golden Hour Esports. So, not too many surprises to say the very least. And with what we know, a lot more match to go through. But again, there is this lower side of the bracket. So, long upper bracket. Now we got a lower portion to go through. As we can see in that lower side, Eclipse taking on with Guardian Leviosa. Velocity Esports versus Midwest Mafia Vendetta. Beantop versus 135 Vortex. Hornex Astra playing the winner of Mystic Esports, Goofy Goobers Esports. Hornex Lads, who have already swept Team Evo Flame. Wobblers take on Team Evo Fatal. Lotus 8 Harmony against Yukio Kaizen. Hornex Kita have also claimed their win, a sweep over N2N Chaos. So, again, reminder, this is for the top 16 players, top 16 teams tomorrow. So, pressing on this one, but again, our match, Hornex 35 Vortex versus Beantop. Reminder, got a ton of other streams happening as well. We got Spartan Dragon, who will actually be taking that match with Hornex Astra, and we have Noted, who I believe is taking Midwest Mafia's match. I could be wrong. Let me check. What match is he streaming? Noted. Wait, actually, what match does he have? Zach, let me see if I can find out. Unless his match has already ended. His match may have been a quick one. Or round 2. I know he's got a match. There we go. He's got match 2. He does have Velocity versus Midwest Mafia Vendetta. So he does have that match on his stream. I think they're still on right now. Again, we're just getting things sorted out here, but again, our match, a 3v3 matchup to start. It's Beantop taking on 135 Vortex. Again, Vortex, one of the top teams in the Ascendant Cup, but this is no Ascendant Cup matchup. Beantop back again at a long break, again, to prepare for that next series, but they'll be going up against Omster, Astron, and Hawkish on 135 Vortex. We're starting with the 3v3 matchup. Yet again, a best of 5, and this is it for both these teams today. You win, and you go to day 2 in the round robin format. You lose, and your night is over just as quickly. So again, it's a shorter day for a lot of teams, but for these teams, they've been waiting. They get to play in round 2. It's one best of 5 determined. Your run in the tournament continues, or if it ends here. Hornex 35 Vortex on the blue. Beantop reclaiming the orange. Start with our 3v3 matchup. For Vortex, again, one of the top teams in the Ascendant Cup. Definitely not favored to win this match, but how long these teams have been waiting. Vortex specifically, who had a forfeit win in lower round 1. Coming back in, bringing some fire into those chances. And it is Omster who takes goal 1. It's a really beautiful fake on an As. Gets that second in the third touch off of Justin's car. I think a fun thing to talk about as well is that Astron is actually part of ODU Monarchs, the same college, or university I should say, really, that both Dan and Naz are part of, so kind of fun. These guys all know each other very, very well. By the way, we didn't plan for these matchups, but it just so happens that we get to see a match like this, to qualify for day 2. Everybody wants to be there. Everybody wants to be a part of day 2. It's really your opportunity to take those spots, and for Vortex, and who are already up by 1, trying to do something incredible, really get the series off to a good start. Beantop's going to answer back. It will be Omster. Send it to the side here. Astron does collect. It will be 50'd with Naz as Beantop. A little awkward there, but Kendall cleared away. Omster off the sidewall. Now he'll look midfield. Miss there. Justin and Naz both waiting on the top of this one. Astron able to get very far with it, and Hawkish take this to his own back wall. 135 Vortex staying on defense right now, but get a 1-goal lead. They should be at least somewhat comfortable, but it won't be comfort for very long. Not with all the pressure that Beantop are bringing against them. Yeah, both these teams, they know what's on line here. They know that this is a match to go to tomorrow. Us. Hawkish with a light touch there, and just having a little bit of issues actually recovering that shot. Could have been a lot better, but it will head wide. It will be Naz who will keep it in his possession. The sidewall, pinch this one. Astron, go back upfield. Justin, dunked by Astron. It will head midfield. It will be Ohmster first to it, and Vortex keep that 1-goal lead intact. And now, the Beantop, they have not shown too much offense so far. They'll get dunked out there. Astron off the bar. Next, Vortex closing on what could be a second goal. As for Beantop, they're really feeling that pressure as Justin, Naz, not able to get there in time as 35 doing to keep them back, clear that ball away. Beantop again just have not really attacked that back line. You just gotta go for more demos, something different. That creativity just isn't there for Beantop. Now they're just throwing this ball at the net, hoping for something to work through. Nothing has gone their way just yet. As Dan to the back wall, Justin able to get through Ohmster. This clock ticks away. A reminder, by the end of the night, we're only going to have 16 teams left. There's Ohm again. Good flick, but Naz already waiting on the end of this, and Beantop will keep up the offense. Dan, Naz, gonna fly his way through, but waiting in the clear, and Beantop will themselves going. Naz, actually no touch there. Dan, oh, he missed it. It was wide open. That should have been a tie game. Naz missed an open net. So rarely do you ever see him make that mistake. Now Beantop's got to look again. Dan, though, bang! It's in. It's one each. And Naz can forget about his mistake. Dan makes up for it himself as he hits the double tap down. Beantop have come back in this one. For 135 Vortex, that lead they fought themselves so early in this game was not going to hold forever. And pressure still here as in goes Ohm, but on net. Beantop keep the offense in their favor, left midfield, as will clear it out. Hawkish already dunked away as one flip reset. It's a decent attempt there from Ohmster as well, and thank you credit to Vortex for really keeping this close. The problem is they have not been the more aggressive team this game. It has been Beantop who's been a lot, well, I should say not as deft on offense, because Beantop actually haven't had more offense than Vortex, but they've been a lot better at really taking those, qualifying the opportunities. As that one there should have been in for Astron, had an open chance to look at. These teams just continuing to attack each other wherever they can, as it will be cleared aside. Justin, be clear. Naz, unable to reach it. Justin getting bumped out of the way, but it is left for Dan. Dunked by Hawkish. Maybe Vortex can take one more chance, but it will hit the ground. It's overtime in game one. And again, it's the 3v3 matchup. The best of 5 determine who goes tomorrow and whose tournament ends on day 1. Hawkish. Dunk from Justin. And Beantop still have other ideas. As Naz bouncing, an awkward touch for Hawkish. But he does make it in time. And now Justin. Ohmster already clearing it back, but a lot of these heavy touches from Vortex going straight to Beantop. And they know what to do here. Off the back wall. Saved away. Justin beats Vortex. Could have had that one on target. But a tough shot nonetheless. Beantop will be happy it was tough because they got to go the other way without any worries. As that one's been dunked. Hawkish. Dan to the back wall. It will be left. So it's 125 Vortex. We'll get up there quite quickly. Boom. Bumped into this one. As Justin. Flip reset. Naz. Up off the ceiling. They actually be able to keep this one. Naz! Oh, what a block for Astrid! Next by Vortex stay in it. Astrid was the last one back. And with how much defense they've been playing, how do they get out of here? Whiff there. Hawkish, Justin. Space that Beantop can work with, but it is still Justin on the ball. Leaving it for Naz. That one saved by Astrid once again. Dan gets past Omster. Justin, Beantop, Shirley, triple commit actually. Wide open net. Omster will win it from an X35 Vortex. It was defense simulator until Beantop sent everybody upfield. And it's Vortex who will go back the other way and make sure they are the winners of Game 1. And now the call is for Beantop. What game mode do they pick for Game 2? They chose 1v1s against the fellas. We find it strange if they weren't to do it again. It is 1v1s all over again, so no change here for Beantop. They're picking the 1v1 game mode. I would expect that it might be Naz all over again as well. Again, that's the game mode they've been really strong in, and Naz himself a really, really good 1v1 player, so. As, again, part of game number 2. Hawkish and Naz, so feels like for Vortex, bringing in Hawkish here he was not all that usable in Game 1. He didn't really do too much, sat back a lot, played a lot more facilitator. I'm going to go up against Naz, and this is a tough 1v1 match. Beantop, making sure this is going to be the match that they want to win. They played Naz last time, were able to beat the fellas in this game mode. And Naz, I would definitely consider him the much better player in this 1v1 game mode, and he's definitely getting himself off to a good start. I think for Vortex, again, and I think one of the reasons they are doing this is that they are trying to save their players from a 2v2 game mode later on, if they were to lose this. We've got Astrid, they have Omster. Those two definitely don't have more chemistry with each other than Hawkish does with either of them, so that might be the reason they do that. They're doing that, and we'll see. But for the 1v1, it is Beantop who, again, bringing in Naz, making sure they tie the series up. Their 1v1 specialist is he'll go for even more offense. Hawkish will commit onto that one. It is going to go back the other way against him. Beantop not letting him have much space right now. Naz making sure he gets off to a really good start. Again for Beantop, who we saw earlier win that 1v1 against Kepper. Hawkish definitely not nearly as high rank of a player. Though I don't know his 1v1 capabilities. I haven't seen that out of him. Obviously, so far, it's definitely not one that Naz is having too many issues with so far, as he'll go for number 3. Hawkish whiff there. Naz surely will have to follow up. Gets that pop. Hawkish went all in on that challenge, and he will have to accept his fate. Let's just clear this one away. Give himself at least a little bit of time. But he's not going to be able to use it. Naz. Oh, it's also off the post. Naz with a couple of shots that have just gone a little bit wide have hit the iron. You know, by Vortex can answer back, but not letting him is Naz, and actually does go for boost there. Hawkish still has 50 in the tank. That touch a bit too heavy. So collect, he'll go for a solo effort. Why not at this point, really? Put the style here. He's gonna jump over that bottom corner, but great job from Hawkish. Reading the dunk play, going straight through it. And now it's his chance to answer. Potential for a bounce shot, popping it. Had Hawkish just gone for the shot there, he might have actually had a good chance to score. Tried to play for control, tried to see if Naz would have jumped early on him. Never happened. Beantop, they're 1v1 again, they're 1v1 specialist. Holding his lead as Hawkish trying to answer, but without any boost. He'll be demoed out. And Naz will let this one roll in for 3. 3-0 up. Naz making sure that Beantop will be successful in the 1v1. Demos Hawkish out of the way. Leaves no questions for what will be happening here. Current scoreline at 3-0. mean, all I can really say is that Nas has been the much better player in ones, as I think many expected. Hawkish just doesn't seem to have any way to compete with him. The Bean Top still have given up 0 goals to Hawkish after more than 2 minutes of gameplay. And this is going to be a very long 1v1 game. Sure. As Hawkish. The dribble has got some space, flip, reset. What a save there, Hawkish. Able to get just a little touch on it, enough on it to prevent the shot. Beans up. Forced to retreat, although that shot from Hawkish could have been a lot better. And now he's overcommitted. And Naz, without any boost, can go to net here. The touches are not strong enough. Hawkish back in time, but got a lot to work with. Gonna have a very tough time keeping up, but he does have a chance to shoot. Again, just too weak, too obvious. Naz is not exactly all that concerned. Hawkish searches again. Naz, hit this to the side wall. Before Beantop, at least the idea, they are going to be able to get back into this one. Heading into the final 2 minutes at this point for Naz. He might just be playing to go to game 3. Doesn't really need to score at this point anymore, but he'll make it 5. He's still looking for at least a few more goals. And I mean, it's perfectly acceptable to do that. Extending his lead against Hawkish. And at least proving that for Beans up again the 1v1 mode, once again, proving to be the right decision. Naz is just that good at ones. And as time will take away, Naz, that's a 6th one. So far in the 3v1 matches we have seen, this is being our 3rd. Our first one did end in a blowout, 8-0. Or actually it was 8-1, I believe, actually. Our second one obviously ended quite close. Our 3rd one here might also end in a blowout, so it is in fact very likely going to end in a blowout. In fact, now he's got a blowout lead, 7-0 up. Naz at this point is holding no remorse. I thought he was going to be a little bit nice. He was going to have some mercy, but obviously he's proving that he doesn't have any after this kickoff. Really beating down Hawkish, even though I think this game has already been decided. As here's his chance for goal 8. He actually undershot that one. This will look for at least something. Does have the boost in his favor. And a chance to shoot here. Waiting. I don't know if that was a fake. I think he meant for an air dribble there. Kind of missed his touch. And yeah, back the other way goes Naz. And it is 8-0. Well, this is going to be a long final minute for Hawkish. Fortunately, we're nearly there. It's going to be game 2. Beantop with a masterclass from Naz on the 1v1s. And he's still not done. My goodness. At what point do you think this is enough from Naz? Because this is a little bit ugly, to say the very least. But we are going to be going back to 3v3s for game 3. That was where Vortex, again, did win game 1. Rather close scoreline. Hawkish is going to be very happy that this nightmare is going to end soon. Because this truly is a nightmare right now for 135 Vortex. This is... I mean, they knew already coming into this they were not the team favorite to win this one against Naz, but... Boy, I don't know how much worse you can have this be. Double digits for Naz, and Hawkish still has not scored. Is reaching the limits of the biggest most heavy scorelines we've seen won by a player in any matchup in this stream's history. You see players with double-digit leads very often. It was not going for a sting pop there. He's gonna get caught for that. Hawkish actually is gonna get a goal here. Oh, he missed it. It's still gonna go in. Naz isn't even going for it at this point. Hawkish will eventually get one. He's not gonna be shut out this game. Won't matter, but at least he gets something for his efforts. And as we have 27 seconds to go, these players will probably let that time tick away. We'll go to game 3, the 3v3s, and match point as well, to be determined. Oz still wants some more. All right then, 11-1. That only took 6 seconds off the clock. And now a fake kickoff. He's gonna let this. Oh, but it's demo. No, it's not demo. It's a goal for Hawkish. I don't know why I'm saying demo. I'm tired. This game's been long. I'm not even gonna talk anymore. We're just gonna let this game end, I think. I'm not even gonna talk anymore. You guys get to watch the rest of this. Now, it may not be the most interesting thing, but we'll let this game end. And I'll talk to you guys again when we go to game 3. Alright then, welcome back everybody. Sorry about that one. We go to game 3 here. The 3v3 mode back up again. This is for match point. Hopefully things will be a little bit more competitive now that we've gotten the 1v1 mode out of the way. Well, Beantop's already off to a good start. That didn't take long. 2 seconds. And Justin has put the ball in the back of the net. Aggressive play for Beantop. Hawkish took a really late cheat there. Not favorable, that's for sure. There's another one for Justin. And making sure that 1v1 mode carries through. So he was able to use that flip reset to the expense of Vortex. Again, with still almost 5 minutes to go. The flip reset from Justin. Beantop looking to be at the top as that's left midfield. Nas. Oh, Omster. Nerx 35. Vortex. Things are still considering in Beantop's way. That game has carried over. Nerx 35 Vortex. Need to find some sort of confidence booster because after how game 2 went for them, I don't think they have much confidence left in them now. That game could not have gone any worse. It could not have been any. I mean, they knew already coming in it wasn't going to be good for them, but I don't think we were all expecting that. This night, Beantop, we're hoping it'll end here soon. And for Beantop, looking again to keep things consistent, keep things calm. Are waiting on the back wall though. Naz will this one away. Hello Retro, how you doing my friend? Hopefully your night's been well. Our last match of the evening, it's Beantop versus Nerx 35 Vortex. To go to day 2. I know you, I think qualified through uppers, right? PTR went through uppers. You guys Had a very good night, didn't you? Again, congratulations on making it to day 2. Hopefully you're doing well. Again, I'm happy that you're joining us here for our last match of the evening as Beantop looks to qualify. This third game is going to be really important. They won the 1v1 game mode, as to the surprise of nobody. But now in the 3v3 game mode, this is what they lost in game 1. What they need to really win now. To really, not only are Vortex already not very confident, and maybe feeling a bit disappointed after how last game went. If they lose the 3v3 game mode, I don't know what we're going to have to see out of them. As a reminder, after this is the 2v2 mode, and I don't know how they're going to play in that. Astron and Chrono are pretty good, though, so they might be strong there. Although, Beantop and a 2-0 scoreline, just trying to hold it down as best they can, as here goes Dan with that one punched over Omster. Left in front, Justin. Not able to get much on the hook reset, but as we'll keep going. Up, down, Astrid. Dan. Off the back wall, still Dan. Cleared away, Justin! Off the bar and in! Beantop with a third. Again, a interesting time, an interesting match, but Beantop 3-0. Again, the continuation of what we saw in Game 2, now in the 3v3 mode. No confidence. That's almost that 1v1 game mode drives confidence for teams. Because simply put, you rely so heavily on your 1v1 player. There's a lot of pressure on them, but there's also a lot of confidence that comes from winning. We see it from Beantop. It may not be Nas who's really leading this team, but we can see it from Justin, we can see it from Dan. They're a lot more confident now because of that win. Vortex things have only gotten worse for them because yet another goal goes in. We're in the final minute already. In a much faster game than we had in the 1v1. As Beantop's going to make sure that this will be a relatively, well, they're going to hope a relatively quick end to the night. They'll take, as they'll, certainly, it looks like they're going to be taking game 3, take match point with it. We'll be moving to the 2v2 game mode. It'll be Omster, Astrid versus Justin and Dan. As midfield, hawkish, saved by Nas. Beantop looking to keep that shutout. They were now able to do it in the 1v1, although they held it for a really long time. Here in the 3v3, a little bit more likely to see that. And as I just keep piling on the goals, the Vortex are going to need to really think about that 2v2 because with how this game's going, they're going to need to win that 2v2 game to keep their tournament lives going. Hawkish. Cleared back the other way as Omster already up. Double tap! Oh, Beantop weren't ready for that one, but the shot went wide from Ohm. And that is a big kick there for Vortex. They absolutely deserve that. They deserve that goal. They won't get it. And now back the other way. They look for one more, but Justin cuts it out. The ball will stay up for now, but Beantop keeping the shutout, and will keep it for the rest of this game. Going to the 2v2 game, to the 2v2 matchup in Game 4. Determine if Beantop deserve to go out of the series 3-1. And again with the 2v2 mode. Coming up next, the Coliseum. Here we go. As we start game 4, Beantop. Get that goal early. Dan and Justin jumping in. We saw them lose the 2v2 against Two-Factor and Wolf earlier tonight, but this one again seems like one more around their rank level, and Vortex, definitely an interesting team. Asher and Omster, not too surprising to see them play the 2v2 mode. Both these players have a lot of chemistry, unfortunately for them, and it's not going to start them off very well. 2 goals now for Beantop inside the first 10 seconds. Beantop. Again, our team right now that have that advantage and go to day 2, but understood by Vortex to the ceiling, the back wall. Omster actually had that. Astrid! Oh, what a save! Justin cut back just in time. And Beantop will clear it out. Justin found his way to get a pass to Dan. Now he goes. Dan to the nets. Oh, he's hit it high. Beantop will recover, though. Their night's still not done. As Dan gets a long touch. Omster may not have been ready for that. He's not going to get there in time. A third for Beantop. And inside the first minute already, 135 Vortex. Their chances are now very slim to coming back in this one. 4 minutes still to go, but Beantop racking up the points. And that hopelessness for them, it's definitely very tangible right now as Justin, oh my, just runs right through Ohm. Didn't waste too much time with that one. Beantop now up 4-0. Day 1. These matches have been, in some ways, so one-sided by the end of it. For most of our matches so far, it is honestly quite surprising. But, and again, this Group Battles format is one that's known to, as I'll say, quite one-sided matchups at times. 135 Vortex, they're not going to be exactly happy. They won game 1, which they'll be happy with, but these last couple games have been definitely somewhat disappointing for them. Although, again, they are playing against a team that's much higher ranked than them. That has aspirations to make top 8. Questions on them, how they can do here as Omster, Dan, Astrid, Justin, the back wall, home, inched it away, chased down by Dan, but space here to work with. Oh, fix it over Justin. 100x35 Vortex, still have time to get back into this one. Have to use it wisely. And Beantop. Oh man, they gotta be a little bit more concerned. Things are a little bit tougher, but oh, they missed that. That was an open net for Justin and Dan. Somehow they missed that. It was a 2v none. Somehow the Zevo won that one. But Beantop gonna clear this away. Get another chance on. Oh, on the end of that to get the block. Astrid now. Flip reset. I don't think he actually had it there, but it won't matter. Went for the bump instead. Gave Omster all the space he needed. And slowly but surely, 135 Vortex are working themselves back into this game. And Beantop may have gotten a little bit too comfortable. As Justin. In! An answer back. Beantop aren't going to be tolerating that out of 135 Vortex. Beantop leading by 3 with 2 minutes left. Still very doable for Vortex to come back. And with the demos coming through, it's Ashton who's done it again. He's pushed up and taken the first defender he can, and that's all he needs to do because, simply put, that's what all that Ohmster needs gone. And Beantop, coming in with style. But they are not exactly playing with efficiency. Vortex is an offense very simple as well with how they're playing these players. It's very repetitive, but if it works, they're not complaining. Now they'll go again. Ohmster actually has another one. Should be goal 4 for Ohmster. I wouldn't say it's single-handed either. I mean, with how well Ashton has been able to support him on these plays, but Ohmster just isn't missing. And Beantop are feeling that pressure. I mentioned already that 2v2 would be pretty close, but it's Vortex who are making quite the comeback for themselves. How can they just complete it? Awkward bounce for Astron. Beantop, well within the play here, but it's Dan. Justin dunks away his own. He'll be up to it. Astron now. Dunk on Justin. Ohmster! It's tied at 5 each. Under X35, Vortex have clawed their way back into this one. And it's Ohmster with all 5 goals. And it's Beantop who look petrified on the goal line. We've seen a lot of twists and turns. I don't know if we saw this one coming. Beantop scored 2 goals in the first 9 seconds. Under X35, Vortex have come back from a massive deficit. Game 5 now, not out of the cards anymore. Dan. Justin. Oh, he doesn't have this one! Astron's got him beat! An X35 Vortex have gotten the lead. The first time this game as well. Just too slow, too hesitant. Beantop going to play a lot more defensive. Going to play a lot more passive as well. As Beantop now needs to find something. Flip reset. Ohm demoed away. A lot of players committing here. Beantop. Do you keep this one though? 1-on-1. Justin does get around Ohm, but doesn't have the shot off here. Now he'll go for it. Astron with low boost. Flex it wide. Ohm now. Could get bumped out here. Shot on. Astron with the block. Beantop chasing after this one. Justin keeping it airborne to the back wall. Ohm with that clear away is Dan. Time running low. Beantop doing whatever they can to just get opportunities. Justin does get past one. Ohm's a beat. Can he get there? No, he won't. Justin takes this one back. And he beat him with pace. He beat him with power. Beantop coming in clutch with 9 seconds remaining. Tied. That next goal surely will be the one to win it. Vortex wants it themselves. In front. Cleared away by Justin. And it's overtime we go. Hello, Mapo. How you doing? Coming for literally the very last series of the night for the ATS Paradise Cup 2, sponsored by Team Evo. Vortex and Beantop both playing for qualification today, too. In the top 16. Ohmster being bumped from behind. Astron's got to make this one. One mistake for Vortex could be the end of their tournament run. Justin. Beantop. 1 goal away. And claim redemption after losing the 2v2 earlier tonight on this stream against the fellas. Justin. Double. It's in. It's gone. And it's Beantop who advanced to day 2. Justin. Quickly, off the side, will get the second touch. It was bouncing in front, but it will roll in the nets, and it will send Beantop to day 2 to the round-robin tournament format. For a team that has said that they wanted to be at that top 8, They're definitely keeping that alive with a 3-1 series win over 135 Vortex. The run is over for Vortex, but the night is over as well. We've got our top 16 confirmed. The lower bracket as well. It is Eclipse who beats Swift Guardian Leviosa 3-1. Midwest Mafia Vendetta who sweep Velocity Esports. Beantop who we just saw beat Vortex. 100X Astra from the upper bracket sweeping Goofy Goobers Esports. The lads doing just the same to Evo Flame. Evo Fatal able to take down the Wobblers in 3-1. Yugo Kaizen who got a forfeit win actually. 2 forfeit wins in the lower bracket to advance to day 2. And 100X Kita also from the upper bracket who took down N2 and Chaos. So our top 16 are confirmed. Our group stage, oh actually that's not exactly what it should look like. 1 second. As we get things sorted out here for our group stage. You'll want to see what the groups are, so this is Group A. Bubble Guppy Snackers, Golden Hour Esports, Beantop, Yukio Kaizen. Of course, we have our second group letter B. That group are the fellas, 100X Y2K, 100X Astra, and Eclipse. And we move to I'm really tired. Group C, 100X Knight, or 135 Knight actually, Q Up Mana, 100X Lads, Midwest Mafia, Vendetta. And of course, Group D to round things out, Midwest Mafia, PTR, 100X Kita, Team Evo Fatal. 16 teams. The round robin stage tomorrow. Of course, after that will be our AFL bracket. Out of tomorrow, we'll have 8 teams remain, so all of our match tonight went 3-1. We'll have a quick recap of everything that we got to see. The lads took down Mystic Esports 3-1. Then we saw the fellas beat Beantop to qualify. And then we saw Beantop beat Vortex to qualify. All the teams that we saw won actually qualified today, which is kind of fun to see. As again, a end to our night here to all of you out there. Shoutouts again to all of you who stuck in, showed your support. Again, thank you all so much. It's just day 1. We still got a lot more action, a lot more to go through. These teams have 3 days of Rocket League to play to get where they want to go, so it's a long night of tournament action. But for all of you, thank you so much for joining the Sportiest stream. Care to all of you. Have an amazing rest of your night. Day 1 is over. See us again tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, for day 2 of the ATS Paradise Cup 2, sponsored by Team Evo. Thank you all so much. Have an amazing rest of your evening. Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.